Frankfurt Airport off to Tokyo, Japan. Guitar shopping. Just now we arrived in Narita International Airport, and the first thing you see in Japan is these vending machines. They're everywhere with everything. So now we will go to the car. Now I'm going to show you a little bit how it looks like in the suburban Japanese areas.
Sedated, feeling suffocated while you're still on the run. Your heart's so full of nothing. Why you playing with the gun when you ain't getting nowhere? With the world on your shoulders, no substantial knowledge.
Okay folks, today I will show you a little bit about the lifestyle of Japanese people. So as you may know, I'm in Japan right now, and I was asked to do a little bit of a vlog about my time here. I'm going to Japan quite often, every year, once or twice. So let's start outside. It's hot as hell here. Over 40 degrees Celsius, 41, 42. Wow. And there is a huge animal. So I don't know if you can see that here. It's going up this thing. Maybe I have to change the camera, then you can see better. Wow. Never seen that before. Okay. But yeah, anyway, I'm starting outside here. And as you can see, there's a usual housing area in Japan. People are living here, and the roads here are very, very small. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, 2 cars can pass simultaneously, but not more than that. This is even a bigger road. So here in the neighborhood, there are roads which are maybe only half the size. And people who have money, they have a beautiful Japanese garden. And maybe we can go to the garden, so check that out a little bit. Usually people cannot cut these trees by themselves, so it's more or less that the gardener is coming and yeah, cutting these trees. Usually Japanese people, I think, they don't have this kind of barbecue on the porch or in the backyard. Never seen that. Instead, if they have the money, they have these beautiful gardens. Anyway, let's go inside, and hope you can see it. But what usually happens when you enter a Japanese house is that you have to take off your shoes. So you have this area here, you're taking off the shoes, and from here you're using house shoes, or not any shoes at all if it's hot enough, but usually also guests are getting house shoes. So it's usual in Japan to take off your shoes. And if you don't do this, you are maybe not a Japanese, and then they will tell you, if you are going here with the shoes, they're very strict about that, and they will start to clean the whole house after you leave the house. So that is something which is usual, and even in restaurants in Japan you have to take off shoes sometimes, and then you will get house shoes even in the restaurant. So yeah, and that is the first thing. Another thing is many Japanese houses have these traditional rooms, which are called tatami rooms, because they have a tatami floor like this one here. And you may have seen this. Here are these doors you can open or close, and but they're made of paper, quite expensive, I have to say. And as you can see here outside, you can see the garden, but you can also, of course, close this, and you don't see it, but it's not isolating anything. And currently I'm sleeping here on this bed, but usually on this kind of floor, you're sleeping on the floor there. Even in hotels, you could choose between the traditional tatami rooms or usual Western style rooms with their bed. But here they put a bed which I'm using now, but it's I don't know. I don't need it. I could sleep on the floor too. I did that before, and it's very comfortable. You get a mattress on the floor, and then they are preparing the bed. In the hotel, it's always they are preparing the bed for you when it's sleeping time, and at daytime it's removed. And very important is that in the tatami room you take off your house shoes. So if you see this floor somewhere, then it's necessary to take off the house shoes. Of course, you have air conditioning everywhere in these houses because they're not isolated and it will be hot as hell. So let's go to another room. And the rest of the house is more or less like a Western style house, I think, maybe like an American house. This one is a huge house for Japanese people. Nowadays, maybe many people will have smart houses, but in Japan they have it since ages, I think. So everywhere you see these things, they're telling you something. For example, when your bathtub is hot or something, then you will get a sound here, and then you can go to the bath. And so they had this way before the rest of the world. This is a refrigerator, very important, but this one is very nice because you can open it from here. And you can also turn around and open it from here. So that is something, I don't know, I have seen it only in Japan. Could do this the whole day long, just for the sake of doing it. Of course, you need other refrigerators because it's so terribly hot here. Basically, you have to put everything in there. And okay, so one other thing which I'm asked quite often is the toilet thing. So as you may know, the Japanese people, they like toilets, high-tech toilets. So here is the toilet, and if you enter the room, got a motion sensor and it's opening automatically. It's cleaning, of course. And you have these things here to control the toilet. Maybe I can try to show you. Here. And this is a flush. But yeah, it's all Japanese, so you have to know it. Otherwise you will get into trouble. And you find these automatic toilets even in public places. And I have to say, I don't know if you know it, I will do other videos out in public here, but Japan is very clean. So if you go out to a public toilet, it will be clean like this, like in the house. You'll find even flowers and decoration and some shit. And of course these high-tech toilets. And another thing which is very important for Japanese people is the daily bath routine. So usually Japanese people go to the bath, have a bath in the evening before they go to bed. And for that case, for that purpose they are using, of course, the bath, which is also automated. I hope you can see it here, it's a little bit difficult to film. And basically you could set a timer when it's when you want to take a bath. And of course they're taking a shower to clean the body, and then they're going into the bathtub. And what's not unusual is that people are in the same family, they're using the same bathtub water, so it will stay in the bathtub after one people is finished, and the next people will come, because they are all cleaning up before they enter the bathtub and taking a shower. So yeah, that is a Japanese thing. Sorry, the washing machine was turned on, I didn't know that, but anyway. And yeah, the rest of the house is basically I think like many other houses, but these would be the most unique things, I think. Hope I didn't forget anything. And what I forgot to mention now as I'm telling it is that if you enter the bathroom, maybe we can go back, not the bathroom, if you enter the toilet, sorry, here, new pair of shoes, house shoes is waiting. That is also typical in Japan, because as I told you, you don't wear usual shoes in the house, you are wearing house shoes which you get at the entrance. But for the toilet you have dedicated shoes, so you will switch the shoes when you enter the toilet. And also when you come out, make sure that you are wearing the usual house shoes again. Because, you know, I'm going to Japan for 20 years now. And yeah, the first time I didn't knew about these things. And then maybe I forgot to switch the shoes in the toilet. What happens is usual Japanese people, they're very polite and they don't tell you anything. But if you're living in a house, you will see what happens after the people are leaving. And what happens after is if someone is going here in the living room with the toilet house shoes, then the people will start to clean up the whole house. Everywhere where the people could have possibly been stepping with the wrong shoes. So they're very strict about that. And I'm used to this, I'm doing this in Germany also. I don't have dedicated house shoes for the toilet, but I never wear street shoes in the house. And all of my guests, they don't do it. So I'm used to it. It's very, yeah, I think very clean everywhere.
Your body's been sedated, feeling suffocated while you're still on the run. Your heart's so full of nothing. Why you playing with the gun?
it's shopping time again. And in Japan they have these huge shopping malls, which I think contains of, I don't know, 3 or 4 floors usually. And today we are one in Saitama, in the Saitama prefecture. And of course they have a guitar shop, so let's check that out. So here we have the cheaper brands, except the very entry-level brands. That's nice, eh? Les Paul miniature guitar. And although these guitars are very cheap, they don't look that bad. Here we have the acoustic section. Some Yamahas, CPX I think, the APX, which used to be one of my main acoustics, and these ones are pretty nice. What is this? The Japanese artist Takamizawa. This is a Fernandes traveling guitar with a speaker inside. 12-string Takami. The phone. TSL 40, TSL 20, Boss Katana Air here. I've never seen that. Is it the new one? Curious, because the one I knew was black. And here the THRs. Different versions. This don't kick in. An old roller cube. Jazz chorus. The Heritage. Nice semi-acoustic guitars. This Ibanez looks cool. It's a matte black finish. It looks gorgeous. It also does this one here. Never seen that. Here's a Fujigame Tello. What else? Fujigame GN guitars. Well, no heavy guitars here. History, Les Paul. I'm at a convenience store. There are many in Japan, and they have everything. But most important, is this section. As you can see, fresh food, and that is what Japanese people are usually doing. They are usually buying here every day, and you can see they have nice bento boxes. This is I think rice, shampoo, grilled rice, and some mixed things, soba, even spaghetti things, typical Japanese things. So of course they are having other things here, like bread and I think sweets. Protein bar, which is very important for me. Japanese protein bar, of course, I think. Frozen food section. But I think really most people are buying the fresh food. And these things here, the instant soba, this is something I can highly recommend. And if you would like to eat, then they will give you hot water and warm it up for you. Also, if you are buying something from the fresh food section, then people will warm it up for you in the microwave at the cashier. Some Japanese snacks here. These are rice crackers. They are very famous in Japan, and they are very oishi, which means delicious in Japanese. And of course, these things like green tea. This coffee is also something which I can recommend, the brand Georgia, or also the Boss company. I think it's from Suntory, with milk. It's something I bought. And of course some things for your daily toilet routine. So let's go on. Bye. Now I'm going to show you something special which you can get only in Japan. This is Asahi super dry Japanese beer, and one thing which is very special is, and you can see here how you open it, because you can remove the whole top of the tin. Let me open this, and you can see I removed the whole top, so it's basically like a glass. Also the foam is coming out. Cheers, oishi. But what is also very special is Japanese people, they give you this, so basically you can plug it to the tin and then drink it like that. What else can you say? Perfect. See ya.